and thanks for watching BSGcast. He's Matt, I'm Matt, and let's get started.
All right, so Fan Expo 2008, Edward James Olmos and Aaron Douglas
Woo-hoo!
together. It was pretty badass.
It was awesome.
Now this is part 2 of 3, so if you haven't seen part 1 yet,
make sure you watch that first. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter about the order, but
any order you like at
you
this
want all
point.
the content. It's good stuff.
It's good stuff, so let's get started.
Obviously, yeah, you're a Cylon. Well, the character is a Cylon now.
No, I'm a Cylon.
Okay. Very good.
So of course, Battlestar Galactica fans were all pretty saddened by the idea that our favorite show is going to be over soon. However, you guys have probably heard that there is a TV movie coming out as soon as the season is done that Edward James Olmos is directing, and Aaron Douglas is a major character. And so let's see what they have to say about that.
The last thing you see at the end of season 4 is the last thing of the show.
So we don't have to die waiting for another.
No, the movie's like season 1, 2, 3. It's like Razor. It looks back and tells the story of people that you never got to see very much in season 1. And so it's going to be better than season 1.
You will be so happy that they made this movie, I can't even tell you. Because it really pulls the whole thing together. And boy, it's going to be released after the show's over. So when you come back in on it and you start to read this and you start to see this and you get these 2 hours, you're going to, and it might be longer, but it will be on the DVD, it won't be longer. But the 2 hours that you'll see will be fantastic. And yes, he is the star of the show. So you will learn an awful lot about a lot of things, which is going to really, it's great for him. As an artist, I can't tell you what it does for him.
Okay, so in 4 years, there's a lot of Adama development. And one of the questions that was asked of Eddie was, what's the most surprising aspect of Adama's development?
I think the whole thing, I think that everybody's development was insane. You got to remember, I mean, we had no idea where the journey was going. He was so pissed. He was so angry. Him and Michael Hogan almost, I mean, literally flipped. They were so angry that they were, Cylons. They couldn't and they wouldn't. You didn't ever, did you accept it? Yeah, I guess you did.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Thank you. Fine.
If you ever hear Hogan, to this day, Colonel Ty refuses to accept the fact. He won't even play it. Doesn't, just constantly angry at people when he's in that character mode and has to say stuff about the fact that he is one. And he only told me once. He only fesses it up once. And we talk about it, and I get so angry. I'm so hurt by this guy. And of course, you guys are going to see what happens. You saw it, right? Yeah, it was terrible. And but anyway, needless to say, that's that whole situation is crazy. And so Adama, I mean, I'm an alcoholic now, full blown. I smoke grass, take pills. I'm a whimpering idiot. I end up crying with that.
Come on. Then he comes to set.
Under the influence of my character, I have true method. Right? So, needless to say, I mean, it's been no one could have even begun to, can you imagine? I mean, here you have the what you call the stable force of the show in respects of the Root. He's the father figure. He's, this commanding admiral, the whole the future of the human race is on his shoulders, and he's on the ground rolling around. It's really, really heavy. So I loved it. Captain Kirk never went to that show. Talk about a real situation. That's why the military, I mean, colonels watch this program. Every military loves this program. In Iraq, man, they love this program And they cherish it because of that reality, because of the fact that they're commanding people, when you get in the inside, are just as fragile as everybody else. And you cannot do this and expect, to hold up this masquerade of, I'm the commanding officer, I'm the chief, and I'm never going to break down. I mean, can you imagine Clint Eastwood doing this? I mean, he never would break down. Nobody would break down. That isn't who they are. Don Johnson breaking down. They don't do that. And so when they gave me the opportunity, I said, man, you guys really want me to do this? And I love you guys. And that's where we went. And I think that's what Chief did, and that's what all of us ended up doing. We became very grateful that we were a part of this show because of the fact that the character bases were like this. I mean, they really went through the trauma of it, and the trauma. And that's what I like the most. So, yeah, Adama was unpredictable, and still is, and hello?
Somebody's ringing. You'll call him back!
Okay, so actors and actors are friends, but what's the professional relationship with Ron Moore? And how much scotch did Ron bring to the rap party? These are important questions.
It's funny to hear, actually, the amount of alcohol that seems to be on set. So.
He would know that.
Yeah, because I drank it all.
How much scotch did Ron? Well, they threw a big giant party, and there was lots of vodka. I remember that. The very last read-through, I brought a bottle of. What did I bring? Whiskey. Did I bring a bottle? I think I brought a bottle of Dalwhinnie, and I had. Because it was in the box. It was either Dalwhinnie or Oban. I think it was Dalwhinnie. That's what I usually bring. And we all drank it at the last read-through, and then I had everybody at the table sign the box and the bottle, and I gave it to Ron. It's the last Battlestar read-through, and gave it to him, and he started crying and had to run to his office. And he's got it now at his bar. Literally, yeah, it was a very emotional time for him. But there's always scotch around on set, either brought by myself, Callis, Ron, David. Not so much, David brings tequila. And then you drink and I drink. Yeah, then you drink it. Eddie brings limes.
So if you'll remember, at the end of Maelstrom, we all know that Adama trashes the boat that he's working on when he finds out about Starbuck's death. Well, there's a hell of a story off screen about it too, so check it out.
Well, what happened to the end of it? I mean, you saw it. Didn't you see what happened to the boat? Anybody here doesn't know about the boat? Okay, one person. There was this incredibly expensive boat. Beautiful boat. It was handmade, it was very old, it was very, very expensive, and I had no idea that it was very old and it was very expensive, so. So they decided to put it in front of me in the middle of a big dramatic moment in the history of Adama, and it was all over but the crying. I mean, by the time I finished the scene, everybody's mouth was on the ground. And then, the props department came in and said, "It's the only one of its kind." What? Wow. So needless to say, that was it. That was the story. I bashed it to hell. And then our team reconstituted it. They did. And then Ty. He lands on it in one of the fights. He goes, that was it. They couldn't rebuild it anymore.
So that wraps up part 2 out of 3 segments featuring Edward James Olmos and Aaron Douglas at Fan Expo 2008.
So keep your eye on YouTube for part 1 and part 3 if you haven't already checked them out. And that's the complete story. So keep an eye out for it.
Cool, bye.